Hi. I was creating something the other day and I really wanted to create a meditation to go along with the ritual, and I just didn't know how to do that without using pre-made loops. I did not want to use pre-made loops because I wanted to use this meditation in any way that I wanted to. I didn't want to run into copyright infringement. I didn't want to run into royalty fees. So I did some research and I found out how to do this myself. I went to a bunch of websites, I watched a bunch of YouTube videos, and it was really kind of confusing because people made it a little more complicated than it needed to be, or they were so old, the videos were so old, the websites were so old, that Garageband no longer functions the way that it had when they made the video. So I thought that I would just share this. We're going to open up Garageband. This is so easy to do. We're going to create a new song. We're going to create a track, and we're going to choose instruments. We're going to take this to keyboard and choose Alchemy Synth. Now, when you're making a meditation, the big thing is binaural beats, right? So I downloaded a bunch of packs. There's a bunch of packs that come with the GarageBand right out of the box, right out of the app store. So what we're going to do is right here in the center, we choose, let's do that again so you can see it, where it says Epic Cloud Formation. We're going to look at things, and you can see that there's arpeggiated, there's bass, guitars, whatever, right? So I'm going to choose paths. And anything that says alpha waves is going to be good for what we're looking for, right? It has the alpha waves that we are looking for in a meditation. There are so many of them. And you can see that when you choose one, you have 8 different options and you have all the EQ settings, right? So we're just going to keep this very simple. We'll look at a couple of things. What I'm going to do is switch this from keyboard to chords, and I'm going to keep this in C major for those of you who are aware of what that means. It just makes it easier. It's just no sharps, no flats, and if you're a piano player, it's all the white keys. Anyway, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to try out a couple of different options. And you can do different octaves, and you can do things together, which is a little dissonant for what I'm looking for, right? So let's look at, I think it was Vintage Dreamscapes. Okay, so we're going to look at that, and we're going to choose what we like. Warm, huge. Let's stay in the same octave, the same key, the same note. So I like clouded, right? And you can certainly turn this down, but what we're going to do first is this is our first track, right? So we're set at 4 bars, which I'm okay with. We're going to leave it at 4 bars, which means you can record 4 bars and then it's just going to repeat itself for as long as you want it to repeat itself. And then I'm going to turn off the metronome because we don't want the clicking, right? So we're going to hit record. And just choose some different chords. And you can see that I did the 4 bars and it is now repeating itself. Next, what I'm going to do is stop the recording. Nope. And create another track. I'm going to again choose instruments, again Alchemy Synth, and I'm going to pick something different, and you'll see why in just a minute. Let's try Warm Flutters. Actually, let's go to Soundscapes and choose something with a little bit more interest, right? So let's check this out, make sure that that's what we like. I don't love that. So let's go back. And I'd like to find bells, but I don't really know where they are. Oh, bell string pad. So let's see what that does. I don't love this either, but for the sake of this video, we're just going to leave it, right? So we're going to hit record again, and you'll see that the first track plays. It's not recording to the first track, it's just recording to the second track. And we'll go ahead and hit record. Just adds a little bit more. And then we'll stop recording. And you can see when we play this back, you can see that we've got both tracks playing at once. And that will keep repeating. Now, you can change this up as much as you like. You can add as many tracks as you like. I've never come across a situation where Garageband says, no, you can't have more tracks. So this is the bare bones on how to create your own meditation music. And I hope that you'll explore this for yourself. That's my creativity for the Creativity 365 series, and I hope you'll join me again soon.